Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for our private equity firm webinar.
We're pretty excited to talk about how NetSuite can help you manage and streamline and standardize all the operations and financial reporting for your portfolio companies. Let's talk first a little bit about NetSuite. It was the first cloud ERP company. It's recognized by all the major analysts as a leader in the ERP market, especially the mid-market area. It really is built from the ground up for the cloud, so sometimes you'll see organizations or other competitors say their product is cloud-based. You should always ask, was it built for the cloud or was it an on-premise solution that was ported to the cloud? The reason that's important is if it's truly built for the cloud, you should never have to worry about version lock. You should be able to make enhancements. Those enhancements should roll from release to release. The whole infrastructure should be supported by the provider, all that type of stuff. Ported solutions, all that means is an on-prem solution that is now sitting somewhere in the cloud. You still have all the challenges of those on-prem solutions. Also, NetSuite truly is a suite, meaning you can buy what you need and buy more as you grow. So it works well. It's great for portfolio companies that are maybe outgrowing QuickBooks and need something a bit more. You can grow your NetSuite suite as your companies grow. So a great solution, lots of investment, great backing from Oracle. NetSuite has clients across all these different verticals. So software services, wholesale distribution, manufacturing, you name it, NetSuite is built for that. And it has everything you need to run your business. One solution for all of your businesses. Let's talk a little bit more specifically about private equity firms. The first, you want to make sure that your different portfolio companies are standardized, both from an operational standpoint and from financial reporting. That way you can compare those operations. You want to have visibility into all that. So not just a month-end financial report, but you want to be able to run operational reports, identify issues early so you can make adjustments as you need to. And certainly you want to bring in efficiencies. You want that from an acquisition standpoint. So if you acquire a new portfolio company, you want to quickly be able to get them on your platform in a very controlled and low risk manner. You want efficiencies in day-to-day. And then certainly at the exit side, you want efficiencies there. You want to have your different organizations isolated so it's easy to peel them off from your overall business system and financials. And then lastly, you want controls and auditability, both for day-to-day to make sure that people have access where they need and that you can see who's done what, but also if any of your portfolio companies are looking to go public on the IPO side, there's heavy scrutiny and you want to make sure you have a system that supports that. So let's talk about how NetSuite addresses each of these. For acquisitions, we can work with you to have a very standard deployment model, understand the KPIs and reporting requirements that you want, and have that all built in ahead of time so as you do your acquisition planning, you know that as you bring on a new portfolio company, it will follow this standard process for deployment. Having everybody on a single platform ensures that everybody across the company is using the same language and uses the same processes. From a visibility standpoint, having this single database makes sure that it's easy to do reporting across your different businesses and you're able to compare side by side across these different entities. You've got a lot of options for doing reporting. It's great to be able to pull this data easily and have great visibility around that. All your consolidation, elimination, FX management, everything like that happens inside of NetSuite, so you have real-time visibility. On the efficiency side, all these things that are often having to be handled in Excel kind of go away. Multi-subsidiary management and consolidation like we just talked about, but also multi-currency. So if you have transactions in different currencies, NetSuite will handle all the FX around that. If you have subsidiaries that happen to be in other countries, NetSuite will handle the FX around that for consolidated reporting. When you talk about acquisitions and bringing efficiencies there, bringing on a new acquisition, it's very easy to bring that on as a new subsidiary. You can have fewer staff do more things, and your staff can spend less time trying to do admin type stuff, and instead they can spend more time running the business. And then around controls and auditability, NetSuite's going to help your organization align with best practices. It is going to bring that standardization around best practices across all of your portfolio companies. Having this all in a single platform and single database means that you can control access better. You have all the linkage between all the transactions. So for any types of audits, you can start from the general ledger, work your way back to an invoice, to a fulfillment record, to an initial order, back to the purchase order that brought in the components. All that stuff is all linked together inside of NetSuite for auditability. Roles can be completely controlled. You can set up exactly who should have access to what. We can even get down to the field level for control just by using some form setup and workflows. So completely control those roles to make your auditors really happy that people aren't able to do things that they shouldn't, and you have a great separation of duties throughout your organizations. And then lastly, throughout the system, all data changes are logged and auditable. They get recorded in system notes. So if there's ever a question on who updated this data, it is tracked, who changed it, what was the old value, what was the new value, what was the date and time of that change. This is especially important for companies that are about to IPO. It's why a bigger percentage are on NetSuite more than any other ERP solution. Lastly, on this area, I wanted to talk a little bit about the exit. We want to make sure that you have a solution that makes those exits easier. There's tons of scrutiny into performance. Putting you into something like NetSuite, where you've got that very broad and deep visibility in place that is fully auditable, makes this whole process a lot easier. Bringing this all together, I mean, the whole goal of this is you can have much faster and easier, more profitable, and most of all, less risky exits. All right, so let's take a quick look at NetSuite. First of all, I will just say this is in the cloud. To log in, all we do is go out to netsuite.com and hit the login button out here, and that's how you log in. It's all back in Oracle data centers. These are data centers under the Oracle Cloud infrastructure that were optimized for Oracle products, so you get great speed. They're completely secured, the very best Oracle engineers securing all this. Once you get in, I mentioned that it's controlled by roles. I'm in here as an administrator. You can see up in that top corner up there, but this is, you would log in with the role assigned to you. You would have visibility only to those things that your role allows you to have visibility to. I put up a KPI screen here called the Executive Financials, and this is just one example of things that you can do. You can see sales, COGS, profitability by week, by this week, this month, last month. You can compare all these different time periods, have immediate visibility. This is not something you have to wait till a month in. You can log in every day and check this out. And again, this can be personalized to exactly what you want to see. I just wanted to give one example. You can also set up any type of alerts that you want so that you can see real time what's going on. So here, we've got a bunch of invoices overdue. I can drill into that to see what's going on. Why are we falling behind on collections? I can put meters. In this case, I have, open cases, but you can put anything you want there. I can show our subsidiary structure, so I can easily drill into any individual subsidiary. In addition to KPIs on your dashboard, we can also put business alerts. So if you want, more graphical pop-ups on certain things that are happening, we can put those inside of business alerts so you can quickly see those. Here again, you can see the subsidiary structure, but I also wanted to show, kind of an idea when we talk about this subsidiary structure. What do we mean? It's got overall consolidated roll-up. It's got the Americas roll-up, the Australia, New Zealand roll-up, et cetera, et cetera. But within here, you can go as many levels deep as you want. Within the Americas, maybe you've got a west, central, and east region that you want to roll up subsidiaries by. That's no problem. Just put another level of roll up in here. And when you have these kind of roll ups, you can do financial reporting at each of those levels. Out of the box without having to, pull into Excel and do a bunch of stuff. First, kind of your standard, just showing by month, and then you've got your income statement. Income statement can be completely personalized however you want to do roll-ups. But let's say you want to start looking at things a little differently. Maybe you want to look at your income statement, looking at your subsidiaries side by side. Just like that, you can. Here's all my subsidiaries side by side. So now I can see how they are performing. I can also do that in a hierarchy format, so I can take my subsidiaries. I can see all of them side by side within their roll-up, so I can do that as well. You can also start to look at things by various segmentations. So here's class, for example, which is often something like revenue stream is a common rename that we do for class, and we can rename it to just whatever you'd like. But now you can look at your various revenue streams or your various product lines or whatever you want side by side as well and see that profitability. You can drill into any of these right from the screen. So if something looks weird or you just want to get more information, just take any of these numbers you want and drill into it. That will show me all of the transactions that make up that total. And then I can drill further to get down to the individual transactions. I'm outlining this in a way that suggests that you could have one instance of NetSuite, have all of your portfolio companies in that one instance, as well as put your parent company in there as well and have that all running that way, and that way you get all the consolidations. I will say that we have some PE firms that we work with that instead want each of their individual portfolio companies to be on their own instance of NetSuite. That certainly works. Everything I've talked about rings true as far as efficiencies, controls, visibility, all that. The only difference in that case is that you don't get consolidation across all your entities inside of NetSuite automatically. Instead, we would work with you to pull the results from each of those individual entities into your primary entity to do your consolidated reporting there. The details would stay back in each individual entity. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It just depends on which approach makes the most sense for you. Now, a little bit on why you should consider KES as your partner to deploy NetSuite, support NetSuite for you. So first of all, we've got a proven track record. We have great relationship, and it is because we truly do take this long-term partnership approach. We're a smaller firm that allows us to give very personalized and focused attention to our customers. We get very deep within your organization. We've got a ton of expertise to bring to your organization. So not only can we talk about NetSuite best practices, but we can bring real world and kind of pragmatic solutions along with that. And we've also worked with a number of PE firms, so we've got a good understanding of the types of reporting that PE firms want and what your overall goals are. So we can speak your language with you and help move that forward. So a little bit more on what we can do for you. This account manager here to help you with system planning. We're happy to work with you to help with systems due diligence as you're doing acquisitions. There's a lot of risk hidden in systems, especially if what you're acquiring is a bunch of disparate systems or did a bunch of stuff in Excel. You not only want to dig into that quality of earnings, but also dig into what are the risks within the system that could potentially be there that you need to get a better understanding before you acquire. We can work with you to get a standard deployment package so that you can understand how much this is going to cost even before you go into the acquisition and how long is it going to take. And then I talk about the ongoing personalized support, and then we can also help you with exits. So if you need to peel off an organization out of NetSuite that you've sold or something like that, we can help you with those exits as well. All right, so kind of putting this all together, we really do believe NetSuite's the ideal ERP for private equity firms and their portfolio companies. Brings efficiencies, brings consistencies, all the stuff we've talked about in here. A great solution, a proven solution in the private equity world. And we also believe that KS is a great NetSuite partner for you. We've got a lot of experience, a lot of understanding. We've worked with a number of private equity firms already, so you're going to be able to hit the ground running with us. We've also gone ahead and put together a private equity resource page that you can access. You can also just go out to craftenterprise.com and type in private equity, it'll find it. But it's a page that has some information. You can learn more about NetSuite, learn more about the services we provide. I appreciate everybody's attention. Hopefully this got you thinking about some things, and thank you.
Please reach out if you have any remaining questions. We look forward to seeing you all at our next webinar.